Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Wisam Sharieff. Inshallah, we're going to continue with our follow-ups. From last week we did Surah Mutaffifin. This week we'll be doing Surah Infitar. Surah Infitar is the last surah of the first quarter of the 30th juz. Bismillah, have your notes available from the class, and please do your best to have a mushaf in front of you. Don't just read along with me or repeat after me. We start Surah Infitar, 30th juz. If you want to say it's like the 4th or 5th page from the beginning. Page 587 if you're looking in the Uthmani script. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Start with the first verse. We have a basic stretch here, and we have a noon sukoon followed by the letter fa. So it's going to be ikhfa, tongue not touch, but it's going to be light. إذا السماء انفطرت فطرت. And we talked about that little pop at the end, rat. It's called humps. I'd like you to do your best to keep the clarity of the sound. إذا السماء انفطرت فطرت فطرت. And for those of you who are following along, you know that the fa is light, the mouth is going to open, the sound is going to be clear. And the ta is going to carry a heavier sound. So you're going to have the air filled in your mouth. إذا السماء انفطرت رت رت. So make sure you have the ra, which is heavy, with the heavy sound, and the ta is going to click, not bounce at the end. Verse number 2. وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انتَثَرَتْ وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انتَثَرَتْ تَثَرَتْ. So ta is the tip of the tongue behind the top two teeth. Ta. For the tha, bring it out to the edge of the ta teeth. Ta tha. Then ra heavy, and then ta again with the humps. Rat. Not rat or rot. Rat. وَإِذَا wa. Keep the wa clear. Keep it away from wa. Keep it away from an oval sound. I think about the word wet. وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ كَوَاكِبُ انتَثَرَتْ بُنْتَثَرَتْ. And for the last few weeks, we've really been focusing on the letter pronunciation and giving each letter its right. I want you to stick with that. I don't want you to worry a lot about the noon sukoon followed by ta. Yes, it's an ikhfa. Yes, it's light. It's a tongue not touch. But for now, just go on the sound that I'm giving you. وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انتَثَرَتْ بُنْتَثَرَتْ. Verse number 3. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ. Now, very common mistake is say beharu. B. Think of the English letter B. Biharu. Biharu. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ فُجِّرَتْ فُجِّرَتْ. Fu. We said the oo sound is always going to make like a puckered lips. Fu. Jim is going to connect and hold. فُجِّرَتْ فُجِّرَتْ. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ فُجِّرَتْ. Ra is going to make that heavier sound, and the ta again at the end is going to have humps, or the little pop. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ فُجِّرَتْ. Verse number 4. وَإِذَا lam sukoon. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ قُبُورُ. I don't know if you can hear this as clearly, but listen to quburu and quburu. Qubu, bu. is not going to be pronounced with a full mouth. You're not going to feel qubur, wo. Keep that sound clear. Quburu. The ba is always a light letter. So don't be overwhelmed with how to do that. Let it go. Let it come out of your mouth naturally. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ بُعْثِرَتْ. Bu'thi is ba and ayn. Ayn lives in the second part of the throat. So you're going to open up your mouth nice and wide, clearly. Bu'thi, bu'thirat. Bu'thi, tip of the tongue at the edge of the top teeth. Bu'thirat. Alimat nafsum ma qaddamat wa akharat. Now, we have several sounds here that we want to identify. Alimat, alimat, alima, alimat, alimat, naf. Fa is the letters of the lips, so you're gonna bring your teeth down to your lips. Nafsum. Now you have seen with two oos on top of it, and there's a meme with a W, with a shadda. Automatically, you know rule number 3 of rhythm from our list of rules. It's going to make a nasaling sound. Nafsum, nafsum, nafsum ma qaddamat, qad. Now, why the differentiation in the sound? Why qad? Why not qadda? Qadda or qadda? Because qaf is heavy and dal is light. You can look to your notes, you see the definition for that. So make a transition. Qad, 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 qaddamat, alimat nafsum ma qaddamat wa akharat. Wa alif kha shadda. The alif is light. You're not going to say akharat, akharat, or akharat, akharat. Now, if waw is light, wa, wet. Alif is light, kha is heavy, kha. Wa akharat. And your notes will give you that definition for the heavy letter, but right off the bat, you can hear the aw sound, the heaviness. The tongue kind of curls, the mouth fills with air, and you have more of a rounder shape as opposed to an open mouth. So think about وَأَخَّرَتْ وَأَخَّرَتْ عَلِمَتْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ وَأَخَّرَتْ. Now kha lives in the third part of the throat. We know that the one right underneath the tonsils, so it's the highest part of your throat. So you can hear a little bit of scratch. وَأَخَّرَتْ. Verse number 6. يَا أَيُّهَا الْإِنسَانُ مَا غَرَّكَ بِرَبِّكَ الْكَرِيمِ. Let's take this 2 words at a time. يَا أَيُّهَا الْإِنسَانُ. Nun sukoon followed by the letter sin. It's definitely not in the throat, so you have tongue not touch. Is it a heavy insanu or is it a light insanu? It's going to be light because sin is not in the throat. It's also a light letter. Get the tip of the tongue at the bottom 2 teeth. Insanu. You don't want to say insa, insanu. If you're still working on that tongue not touch ikhfa sound, let it come through. It's going to be a nasaling sound, and it's not going to really press in your nose. It's just going to kind of float. Insanu. So we have the basic stretch at the beginning, and you can look up how long you're stretching this. You know that you're stretching it more than 2. So you're going 3, and some of you are going 4, depending on where you are in the class right now. يَا أَيُّهَا الْإِنسَانُ. Sin is going to be stretched for a minimum of 2. Actually, in this case, we're going to keep it at 2. Insanu. The north to south is stretching the sin. ما غرك ما غرك. Notice the ma is not a ma. ما غرك غ غ غرك غرك ما غرك. And then we have ba, ra, ba, kaf. B, not be. B, بربك الكريم. يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم. And keep the smile at the end. Kareem, Kareem is something you put on a bagel. Kareem is clear and enunciated. Kareem. الذي خلقك الذي خلقك الذي خلقك. This is the perfect example of transitioning from heavy to light. Listen to it wrong. الذي خلقك, everything's O-shaped. Listen to it wrong again. خلقك, everything's open. Each letter deserves its right. Each letter, it deserves its right, and that's why we give it with a clear pronunciation. الذي خلقك خلقك فسواك فعدلك فعدلك. And notice when you say the word فعدلك, you're never going to bring your mouth closed because all of them are light letters. We'll look at the verse again. الذي خلقك فسواك فعدلك فعدلك. And it's permissible and it's actually recommended to have that little click at the end. فعدلك. Now if this is the first time you're watching the video, you know it's not worth trying to get a click at the end if you're saying فعدلك. It's not worth it. Eat from what's in front of you. Take from the rules that you can understand. Verse number 8. في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك. We have the basic stretch here, the fa with the kasra, with the line on the bottom, with the zair. But we also have an east to west, a mud which is stretching it for a minimum here of 3. في أي enunciate أي. Slad is a heavy letter, it's not a sin, so don't say suratin. Surah, suratin, suratin. The 2 lines on the bottom followed by a mim shadda. Suratin ma sha'a rakkabak. Now, when you have a mim shadda, we know rule number 3 of rhythm is telling us to make that nasaling sound. So, Suratin, ting. It's a nasaling sound. It's going to be held in the nasal cavity for at least 2 harakas, 2 counts. We're going to keep it there. Suratin ma sha'a rakkabak. So the entire verse read, في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك. Verse number 9. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. كلا بل كلا بل. All light letters. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. Listen to the difference between biddeen, biddeen. Is it a B or biddeen? Smile. B, biddeen, biddeen. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. وإن عليكم لحافظين. Now let's look at this again. You saw حافظين. What's wrong here? When you end on the E sound, aren't you supposed to smile? The حافظين. See the clarity? Listen to حافظين, ذين, حافظين. Remember, kareem, hafidhin. Yes, the la is giving that heavy sound, but the E sound ending at the end is going to allow you to open up your mouth and let the air out and make a clear sound. Verse number 10, full nasal sound. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. Now let's look at the last word, la. You're gonna blow the air, not gonna scratch it. Just let it come out like a spicy. La ha fi fi. Bring the second part of the tongue to the edge of the top teeth. Zeen zeen. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. Zeen. Can you see the transition? I want you to stay with the fact that yes, Z is heavy, but at the end I'm going to make it E. Zeen. Zeen. Now listen to it not as clear. لَحَافِظِينَ. لَحَافِظِي. Z. Where's the E sound? You can't really hear it. It's kind of like it got eaten. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. And verse number 11, كِرَامًا كَاتِبِينَ. Kiraman, kaf is light, ra is heavy, and the meme is going to be pronounced tongue not touch. Why? Because there's a kaf after it. Is it a heavy tongue not touch? The kaf is light. It's going to be a light tongue not touch. Kiraman katibin. Kiraman man katibin. Ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. Here's a great example for us to work on our oo sounds. So if the E sound is a big smile, Kareem, Mubin, Hafidhin, then the oo sounds are puckered lips. Ya'lamu, Ya'lamu. The puckering of the lips gives the clarity of the sound. Listen to Ya'lamu, Ya'lamu, Mu, Mu, and Ya'lamu, Mu. It's a completed sound. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ. You notice the oo sound is going to come. تَفْعَلُونَ, تَفْعَلُونَ, تَفْعَلُونَ. Kind of there. تَفْعَلُونَ. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ. And we're hearing the ayn sound very clearly at the beginning. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ لَفِي نَعِيمٍ نَعِيمٍ. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ لَفِي نَعِيمٍ. Noon shadda starts at the beginning of the verse, so that means noon with a W, the noon with a W in the nose, meme with the W in the nose. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ ab. Listen to it without the bounce. Innal abrara. Now that's not as clear as if you heard Innal abrara lafi na'im. Again with the smile at the end. Why are we bouncing the letter? That's something for you to answer. Someone can write that in the comments. What are the 5 letters that bounce? Alt shift, and don't write it in English. Write it in Arabic. There are 5 letters that bounce. What are those letters? And if these 5 bounce, then you answer that in the comments. وَإِنَّ الْفُجَّارَ وَإِنَّ الْفُجَّارَ لَفِي جَحِيمٍ جَحِيمٍ. وَإِنَّ الْفُجَّارَ لَفِي جَحِيمٍ. Fujjara. Go from the pucker to the open mouth. Fujjara. Fujjara. Lafi. Lafi. I want you to keep the mouth clear. Anytime there's a line on the bottom, you smile. Lafi. Jahim. Spice. It's spicy. Jahim. Jahim. Yaslawnaha. Yes. It's an unbelievable opportunity for you to to really work on your transitions there. Heavy to light. Yeah. Yels. It's not so much the O shape. I'm doing it slow so that you can catch it. يَصْلَوْنَهَا يَوْمَ الدِّينِ. And you know the waw sukoon, the waw with the connect on top of it, we're enunciating it. Not yawm ad-din, but yawm ad-din. يَصْلَوْنَهَا يَوْمَ الدِّينِ وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا B, and I'm going again with the B sound, not be, بِغَائِبِينَ وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا بِغَائِبِينَ وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا بِغَائِبِينَ. And we know that there's a minimum stretch here. We're going to stretch it, and you realize there's an east to west, a little squiggly line, and there's a little hamza after it. So give it a good stretch. You can take a quick second and look at the difference between وَمَا هُمْ, and وَمَا hum. Anytime you see the oo, pucker the lips. وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا بِغَائِبِينَ. And for learning purposes, you see a lot of O-ing of the mouth to get the heavy letter. Just try and work on it now. Inshallah, it'll get better. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. Now we have the bouncing letter again. So now you have two of them. Ba bounces, dal bounces. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. أَدْرَاكَ. Don't say أَدْرَاكَ and أَدْرَاكَ. أَدْرَاكَ. ما يوم الدين. وما أدراك ما يوم الدين. ثم ما أدراك ما يوم الدين. ثم ما أدراك ما يوم الدين. ثم, nasal sound, press it. يوم لا تملك. يوم, not yoma. You know why? Madalayin. It's the last rule of accents. If you look at the last rule, when there's a fatha, zabar line on top followed by waw or ya, you enunciate the sound. يوم لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا. يوم لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا والأمر يومئذ لله. والأمر يومئذ لله. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His forgiveness and for His mercy. Anything that's correct from these recordings is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any mistakes, misrepresentations, or opinions are my own. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us amongst those who recite the Quran correctly. You can find more information on the travels here in Egypt at knowledgetravels.org. knowledgetravels.org. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.